So this is what's been communicated to me as your teacher, is that we need to be able to have had contact with you on the days that I'm providing either a Zoom session or the days that something is due. So for example, on Monday, we have a Zoom session and we also have the project due, right? But let's say on Tuesday, if I had something due on Tuesday, then that would be considered a time for me to take attendance. I am not, like, these are not my rules. These are the school's rules. I just want to put that out there. A lot of you guys have had questions about it and you're like, well, why is this the case? And what is this all about? Again, it's not my rules, it's the school's rules, okay? So let me just go to attendance and et cetera on Aspen. Okay, hold on. All right. All right. So for Aspen, okay, and I'll share it with you. I don't know if I'm at the end or something like that. For Aspen, what they're saying is, if you can read here, it says term 3 will end on Friday, okay, June 26th. So our school year is going extremely long and it's remote, obviously. And I'm going to need to hear from you every single week at some point, multiple times. I have to take attendance. And so when I'm providing the time, you have to take advantage of the time. One second, let me go back to that. And so does anyone know? Well, wait, if you have questions, just go ahead and ask me in the chat box afterwards, okay? The second thing is when, one second, guys. Back here. Okay. When I'm taking attendance, and so I've gotten a few things. People say, oh, well, why was I marked absent? I couldn't get to the Zoom. Well, the thing about it is, if I'm providing the Zoom information, whether it's a help session, etc., then you are obligated to be there. If there's something that I'm assigning that you should have handed in that day and you don't hand in that day, it's like I never saw you, I never communicated with you. So the idea is that because it's remote, we're trying to make sure that we kind of keep track of all this interactions with you. Now, a lot of you guys, I think everyone has an advisor, and what the advisor does is the advisor goes ahead and they are supposed to be communicating with you every 3 days or so. So that's another thing that I wanted to point out there to you. I also wanted to kind of go over just a few reminders about just the class in general. I'll always provide you with the Zooms. If you don't want to be on the Zoom, etc., then it's on you to communicate with me at some point in the day, as I'm being told. So that way I kind of know that you're kind of following through with the class. Unlike a regular class, it's hard because I know some of us have different obligations at home. But again, because I'm your teacher and I'm providing you the opportunity to interface with me and interact with me, and making sure that, you know, we're staying on top of on top of the math, I need for you also to make that effort. I'm just trying to get back to my other screen right now. Okay, so the other thing is the schedule has changed a little bit. Okay, and I'm going to share my screen with you one more time. Okay. All right. So as you can see on this screen, the schedules change a bit. All right. We're giving you guys kind of like how you should frame your day. All right. A lot of times I'll offer office hours, meaning a quick Zoom after 2 o'clock. So say, for example, on Tuesday, because I have meetings on Tuesdays a lot, I might say to you guys, hey, at 2 o'clock, would you like to, if you need help, come and, you know, Zoom in with me, or I can do one-on-one Zoom. That's also possible, but I need to hear from you. Hold on one second. Let me admit somebody. Okay, so I think I'm good. The other thing is if you notice here in blue, there's a movement break. Obviously, you're probably going from your bedroom to the kitchen to grab something to eat. I don't know. But we want to give you time to get in between the classes. So like, for example, today, you will be at 9:50, I actually have to stop. So that way you can go kind of get a break and then go on to your science class. All right. So we're trying to make this like kind of replicate as much as possible of what a school day will be. Okay. So those are two things that I wanted to make sure I made clear and I kind of shared with you guys. I will share this document with you because it might be helpful. This other thing about what it means to be like an online student. Now, we're also taking long hours of PD, professional development, on how to best serve you online. So I will be introducing my YouTube channel next week for our lessons, and that will be something kind of like I'm uploading my videos, because I'm having a horrible time with Zoom uploading these videos in Google Classroom. So I have created a YouTube channel, and you'll be able to find a lot of the videos, if not all of the videos that I provide for you there. All right. The other thing too is not all Zoom sessions are going to be recorded. Okay. And that is because they don't need to be recorded. All right. If and when I do a Zoom on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, then I will go ahead and use that for content. All right. So that might be us going over a few different additional problems to what I've given you. Or like in one Zoom session, we went back to a Delta math problem and we kind of were working on that. Okay, so this is kind of like how it's going to be for us. And we will be in school for a while, all the way up to the end of June. And so we want to just make this the best experience possible for both you and I. All right, so synchronous learning is live. All right, so that means whole class instruction, small group instruction, one-on-one instruction, feedback sessions, and office hours. Okay, now this is when you're synchronous live, student facing, teacher facing, CPTs. So this is what I also have to do in addition to what you're doing, what you and I are doing together. And then this is not live, so this is me planning, et cetera, et cetera. So this is the verbiage that the city is using, Department of Education is using to make it best. So teachers must post attendance every day, each day class meets, and when learning assignments are due. Okay, so you get an absent, no contact. That's it. So basically, if you've contacted me and I've interfaced with you, meaning via email or face-to-face, then that's also considered present. Okay. If you tell me, oh, so-and-so's not going to be there, I appreciate you letting me know. However, I really need to hear from them. Okay. So with that said, that part of today's class is okay. All right. If you do have questions, please just put them in the chat box and I'll get to them in a second. Okay. Can you turn your mic off, please? Thank you. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to switch over from this and we're going to go into our project. Okay. So many of you guys have reached out to me about the project, and it looks like some people have really, really gotten far. Some people are still kind of struggling. If I give you feedback, please do reach back out. That's the reason I'm giving you feedback. And that's the reason I'm saying to you, hey, Leroy, please take care of business and do something else, or add more to it, or show me this. It's so that way when I grade you, I do give you the appropriate grade for what you did. All right. The other aspect of this is that this usually at the end of every chapter, you get a test. I did not give you a test. All right. But you will get a test. You'll get 2 assessments from me before the end of the year. Now, I will give you little intermittent small quizzes, one actually next week that you will take online. However, right now, I've been told that I have to kind of wait and allow you and I to kind of, make sure we kind of get the kinks out and make sure we kind of understand the expectations of the teacher and what I'm expecting from you and the types of problems I'm giving you. Okay, so, okay. So now I'm going to our assignments for this week. Okay, that's what you hear me moving around doing right now. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and pull up the math connectivity chart and share it with you. And I wanted to show you a little exemplar that I did. It showed it last on Wednesday, but I'll show it to you again. As you guys know, this project is basically kind of asking you to demonstrate your understanding of a topic, okay? In lieu of a test or a quiz, it's kind of asking you to conceptualize this idea of how math concepts are connected. So this was the example that Mr. Pires gave. This is the bare minimum kind of situation. How can you enhance this? How can it be better? You can use color, you can use different pictures. During the application part or the word problem part, you can go ahead and actually create your own word problem and make it really be yours. So I'm going to show you, let me get on my drive. I'm going to show you just another option for you, okay? I went ahead and again, I can post this as well, but you know, this project was left open intentionally so that way you as a student can really use your creativity. You learned a lot in chapter 10. There's a whole lot to be learned. So just saying circle, circumference, and area, that's kind of like very basic, you know? Take it to the next level. Tell us about secants, tell us about tangents, arcs, chords, all that good stuff. There's a lot to be learned. And the more variety you have with it, and the more creativity you have with this project, the better grade you will get. I will be giving you an actual grade, not a pass or fail. So I'm looking at these elements to make sure that, hey, did they actually get it? Obviously, I came in on the last two sections, but I read through and I watched every single video and every single Google Classroom posting as to what you're supposed to be doing for chapter 10. Okay, so just know that when you're getting a grade, it is an earnest grade based on the assessing whether you understand and whether your project demonstrates that you understand. So as much as you can be really, really focused, it's really awesome. A lot of people gave me topics, you know, I want to do one topic, you know, and then do 4 other different things. And I'm like, no, just focus on one topic and make it excellent. The internet is your guide. You guys have a ton of resources online. So just using the book is limiting. They do have some word problems and word problem light situations.